This episode is brought to you by ElevateOS, the only all-in-one community operating system. ElevateOS transforms property management, combining resident engagement, reservations, rent payments, maintenance, and concierge services into a single super app. It also uniquely integrates access control, intercoms, package lockers, and thermostats, eliminating app fatigue and redefining modern apartment living. Visit elevateos.com/MMN for a free demo and see how they can help you level up your operations. Welcome to another episode of the Multifamily Collective. Today, let's talk about raindrops. And you might be asking yourself, what do raindrops have to do with property management or operating properties? Or you might be thinking, I don't want to see any more raindrops because I have a tarp on my roof, and if it rains again, it's going to create a leak inside of the apartment that I've been trying to mitigate for the last 2 or 3 months. I don't know. Just making that up on the fly. But what I'm talking about with managing raindrops is thinking about things in your business. Many times we shoot for the moon. We shoot for very monumental shifts, monumental changes, drastic changes that we think will yield very large outcomes on the backside, right? And sometimes those big changes, those radical changes, the shock and awe, if you will, create outcomes on the other side. But sometimes at a big expense. Sometimes they work out beautifully and wonderfully. But let's talk about little things. Let's talk about, I think it was James Clear that said 1% better. Let's think about from a service side of the business. If your service team members are completing service requests or there's maintenance resolution times are, let's say they're 4 hours. If we got that down to 3 hours and 45 minutes next week and 3 hours and 35 minutes the following week after that. So a small incremental change over time compounds, right? Let's think about in the leasing funnel. If you have people dropping into the top of the funnel and there are all these little micro conversions that need to happen throughout the funnel, right? Where you get somebody to finally commit to come tour or take a virtual tour and to actually commit to a lease and fill out a application so that turns into a lease contract and a move-in. There are all these little macro or micro things rather that can happen through that funnel. If we can make that 1% better on a daily basis or a weekly basis, you just set little incremental goals that make that better and better and better. The compounding effect of that is that you create monumental outcomes, right? You probably heard the penny doubled every day or dollar doubled every day metaphor. If you stack those wins on top of each other, those small wins on top of each other over the course of the next 30 to 45 days, you could actually change the tone of your property. You can change financial outcomes at your property. You can change the culture at a property. You can change the tenor. You change all kinds of things if you just stack little bitty wins on top of each other day over day over day. Faster turn times, more quality work order completion so that there are no callbacks. You just need to think about it like little raindrops that collect, and then all of a sudden you have a puddle and then a pond and then a lake and then a river and then an ocean and so on and so forth. And think about that at your property. Little bitty raindrops compounded together create this huge wave of momentum for you in a very good way. So my encouragement to you today is start managing the raindrops. Start celebrating those little micro wins. Put a whole bunch of them together and create tremendous outcomes for your property. Take care. We'll talk to you again soon.